All right, so this is our continuing Joe striking practice series. I don't know exactly what to call it, but basically, instead of the emphasis being on, going through all these forms, let's understand why the things we have in Aikido exist, right? So why do the different kinds of practices we have exist in the first place? So let's look at the Katate series. So this is a 3-strike series in the middle of Saito Sensei's Suburi. It consists of Katate Gerengaishi, Katate Tomouchi, and Katate Hachi no Jigaishi. So what are they doing? So I could spend a video talking about the details of these things, but more important thing is to understand grossly why these exist. And I think most Aikido practitioners who are including weapons don't have an idea as to why these exist. Generally, the Katate series exists for one of two reasons. Either one, I've lost control of my weapon, or two, I'm trying to get a longer strike than I normally would have been able to get, right? So, for example, if Josh and I were here and I was in a regular kin kamae or something like this, and Josh was just short of being able to be hit. If I scoot this out to a one-handed strike, you can see now that I'm easily able to hit him, right? So by using one hand, I get more reach than I would normally get. Also could be that the weapon got knocked free in my hand, and how can I reset that so that I could use it again? And this is a lot of what we're seeing in this series. We're going to look at the Gerengaishi. I have a really nice partner Suburi that I think explains a lot about this, and kind of also explains, actually I'm going to have to switch directions with you here for this. Also really does a nice job of showing how we can be deceptive with our sube action. So sube is this action, this sliding action. So if Josh and I were here and I could step in and thrust him, right? So he's in distance right now, I could successfully step in and get him. And Josh's answer to this was simply to step back. Okay, now we know that every time I attack, Josh can just step back one out of range, right? So he's got an idea of my distancing. Now, of course, I could hop in further, but he could also hop out further. So at this distancing, every time I chase this guy down, he's going to be able to successfully get away from me. I can set him up with that, though, by using a Katate and trick him. So I can use Katate Gerengaishi in this. So as I come in and he gets back, I use my sube. He sees the prepping for the ski. When I deliver the ski, I'll miss because he's gone back. Now, the next time I do it, when I sube, instead of bringing the hand up for a ski, I'm going to slide my backhand in. So instead of delivering this way, I'm going to slide my backhand in. And now when he goes to step back, as I come through, you can see I'll get a really long strike. And I do this in two ways. One, I'm using a yumiashi step instead of a sugiashi. So sugiyashis are shorter, meaning if I just keep going like this, I'm never going to get this guy. However, if I take a yumiashi, it'll be useful. Plus, I'm using the Jo in the longest way possible. So as I set up here for my second shot, this comes here, he can go back really far, and I'm still going to be able to clip him here with the Gerengaishi. So I'm changing my sube action from delivering a ski to delivering this Gerengaishi. It's a really nice deceptive action. Works really good if someone's just trying to get out. I use the weapon in a different way and I get a long reach all of a sudden. This is a lot of times how we might use Tomouchi. Let's say if we got a partner who's working in kin kamae and he's attacking me a lot, and I'm just using Banji no kamae for defense. So as he's coming in, boom, this is happening a lot. Boom, okay? Now if he were to stand there, I could maybe follow up with a ski or something, bang, bang, and get in here. But what if every time he hits me, he's hopping back? So bang, and he gets out of there. And so I'm trying to get him and it's not working for me. So he can take advantage of the fact that I'm in a short kamae and he's in a long kamae, and he can go in and out of distance. But if I use Tomouchi from this, I can suddenly change the distancing. So if he were to hop in and hop out, as I come through with my Tomouchi, you can see now I get a really long strike on that, right? It's an even longer strike than I would get if I went to kin kamae also. So of course he comes in and hops out. I could go to kin kamae and maybe get him. See, just a little short there. But if I use the Tomouchi, he pops in, pops out, you can see now I have a huge stride where I can really come in and clip him. So by using that Katate series like that, I'm getting a lot of reach, which is really nice for me. I could also be having to use my weapon in such a fast manner that I'm not able to successfully defend what's going on, right? So he knocks it free from my hand, and what am I going to do? So if we were in some kind of position, and Josh were maybe to use like a kohoburai, for example, and knock the weapon out of my hand, in this position, there's not really too much I can do. I need to get my hand back to my weapon, but while I'm doing that, maybe he's attacking me, all kinds of bad stuff happening, right? But if I were to use something like Hachi no Jigaishi, bang, to come in here, I can immediately get him working, right? So even if I don't hit him, I get him to back up off of me here, So that way he's away from me, and the Hachinoji Gaishi can set me up in that kind of position. There's lots of things we can work with this. I could use a changing of range in the same way. So let's say Josh was in a Kin Kamae, and I'm in a Jo Kamae. Now I'm in a serious disadvantage. He's got a nice long reach. When he comes in for me, I hop back out of range, and now I immediately have a long-ranging weapon to come in and hit him with. So because I switched this here, now if I step in, I have a huge reach that I can come back at this guy. So instead of having to be forced back, I can switch to this Hachinoji Gaishi action in order to make this work for me, right? So as he comes in for me, I can hop back out of this range and then come in with a nice long reach to get him. So the Katate series, useful for if I only have one hand on the weapon, how can I make it function? Or if I need to make a long reaching action, how can I do that? So this is the Katate series.